It's time, the moment you've been waiting for. Get ready for the fastest 60 minutes of marketing strategies and tactics to grow and scale your business from anywhere in the world. After 167 agonizing hours, we've returned for a brand new Aloha Marketing Jam session. And now, here are your hosts.
Too bright.
Yeah. Hey, listen to that crowd.
There we are. I was busy jamming.
I'm all over the show. Yeah. Hey, Dawn, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Busy.
It's just been crazy. One of those. And then I find the applause when I'm not looking for it. And yeah. So hang on. Let me give Dawn a round of applause. Wonderful. Yeah. Hey, welcome to Friday's Jam Session. I'm your co-host, Richie Cronin, with Dread Pirate Dawn, my partner in crime, and enables me to do lots of silly things. But I always appreciate it. Yeah. How you been, Dawn?
It's just been a crazy week. A lot of personal stuff, a lot of clients, a lot of one angry client that should not have been angry, but got that sorted out. Trying to get caught up. I'm always behind. So other than that, pretty good.
I know the feeling. I had a great week. I went out to Las Vegas and I spent a bit of time with Tom Gaddis and his lovely wife Miranda. It was really after 5 years I've been talking to Tom regularly. You know, we catch up often and text each other and message each other and all sorts of things, and that to actually sit down and have a chat with him in person was just wonderful. And it wasn't the only shark meetup this week. I know there were several sharks, including Nick Ponte and Jason Moran, were out at the high level summit in Dallas. So that was something I was going to go to until my wife told me, no, you're coming to Vegas for your birthday, and I've got a conference, and you will be there. So, you know, when my wife says you do something, you just do it. You know, there's no point in arguing. But I did, from what I've seen, there was a lot of good stuff at high level this year at the summit, and I've been keeping an eye on the YouTube channel, and it sort of does quick bursts of releases and stuff, and I'm sort of looking through it every evening, and the stuff that's come out this week is just incredible. Quite excited by, we're sort of fully dialed in and using high level for everything, and some of the things I've seen this week are just genius. I mean, even one of the quick ones, the taking a review post and automatically just taking it out of your reviews and then posting it on your social media. Just set it up, press the button, it's done. And that kind of thing is real easy to sell as a reoccurring revenue stream. Reoccurring, I call it.
Yeah. Reoccurring, I like it.
Yeah. So, which is great. And I think today we're going to talk about those reoccurring streams and the opportunities and the stuff that you use, Dawn, and that I use. And we know we've got a wonderful group of sharks using lots of different things. And if you can hone in on the things that work best for you, maybe you're building an agency, maybe you've already got an agency. So what's the next one to bring in that's going to add more value? We're going to touch on that. Going to do some shark shout outs, of course, and some accountability check-ins as well, because that's become something I think is super important. We're seeing through accountability a lot of people just taking the next step, getting things done, and it just turns into dollars. So that'll be good fun, and we'll chew the fat, talk a bit of nonsense, and do our favorite thing of all, Dawn. We'll give away someone else's money. Yeah. So
Cameron here. Cameron, are you here?
I've not seen him.
We're giving away extra money.
Yeah, I did tell Tom that last weekend. I said, mate, you know that there's no way we don't get together and just do the normal. We always go further. So that'll be a bit of fun. What else? We will, of course, check out some questions and hopefully answer all of those things. Let's see who's kicking around. Dawn, you're here. Chick, I'm here. E.G. Buzz, Barbara Golding, Brett Krieger, my man Brett in New Zealand, and Brett and I have been doing quite a bit of work together the last few weeks, and man, he is one talented individual. So yeah, thanks for coming along, Brett. Kia ora. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Frank Cuban, Frank the Tank's in the house. Doug Page, Lynette Wells, Jacqueline, of course, our great friend from across the pond. Who else we see there? Dawn.
John Hardiman. I think you got everybody else that's here.
Yeah.
Good bunch of people. Shelley Ward's here. Barbara.
Wow.
Rick.
A busy week. And I mean, and look, let's face it, this is not the end of October, but this is the 4th week of October. And that means, we've got the bonus week next week. So, yeah, I don't know about you, Dawn, but I've got a lot of stuff to finish off next week. It is drop dead by the 1st of November. So come next Thursday afternoon, I'm hoping to have my whiteboard over there cleared and out of here, because I know November is going to be a really big month. And as I was just saying there before, I just scored a really big client this morning, and we closed the deal, shook the hands, and agreed to the invoicing and all of that stuff. And they've been a client that I've been working on since March. So it's a good one to get along the line. They're into a massive development phase, and they will, it's a 6.5K website now, $500 a month for a SaaS operating system. But that will turn into a $10,000 a month reoccurring revenue SaaS system that's through High Level that we'll be selling to what's expected about 45, 50 locations. So yeah, excited by it. It's been a lot of work, but when you convert them, it's look at that. And I haven't put it in the shout outs because I literally got in at 1 o'clock from that meeting, and it's 2 o'clock here in Tennessee now. And then I did a client call at 1 o'clock, up to that 2. So no time to post it, but I will certainly be posting it next week. As we do with all the other Shark wins, we love to celebrate the community, and let's see what people are up to and where they're winning, and even the smallest wins still counts as a win, and small wins create big wins.
I sold poor $9 ebooks.
Oh well, congratulations! That retirement.
I forgot to report that to Shishan.
Hey, it's getting closer and closer at retirement day of yours. Hey, yeah. So very good. Yeah, let's I don't know. We want to talk about recurring, or maybe we should do some accountability check-ins, and
let's do accountability.
Out of that will come a few other things as well, and yeah, we'll dive into it. So, what have we got from accountability? We going to. Does that? Look at that. There we are. Agency evolution. Couple of my main guys here, Devindra and Nick, and Jerry Wright. Jerry is just been cranking it, and I know he is right deep into Clockwork clients, and doing what I've been suggesting for a long time. Whereas you take something, get it sorted out, get it working, and then meld it into something that fits the direction that you're going in. And that's exactly what Jerry's doing with Clockwork clients. Devindra and Nick got their reach machine out the door, and it's producing for them as well. And they're just dialing in more and more systems that go with that. So they are very much on the front foot, and getting things sorted out and getting things done, and using tools to create ongoing revenue, which is fantastic. So I see my mate Chris Byrne is here as well. Hey, Chris. You're
Okay.
we are well overdue for a catch up, buddy. And every week seems to slip by. And we got over here, shark. Oh, hang on, no, I've gone to the wrong one. There we are. Look, Dawn, you and I have been checking into the 100K club. And it's not mandatory, but I don't know about you, but I mean, I've been doing this for a few weeks now, and it is giving me a clearer focus on a Monday by saying, hey, here's what I'm working on this week. And then, I'm trying to circle back to it the following Monday. And that might be the next stage of sort of just going, hey, this is done, this is done, this is done. And this is the next part of that as well. So they work for me. I love them. And there's a lot of participation in 100K Club, but the best one of all is that people come back and give you their feedback on things as well. So it's that collaborative ideas and suggestions. I think it's a great thing. So there's a bunch of very familiar faces. Some of them here as well. John and Jacqueline, Janice, Doug, James, Chris. All really front-footing things and just getting it done. So. And to be fair, Dawn, I don't know if you get enough credit for it, mate, but it's your baby, and you do a fantastic job with 100K Club. And
I try.
Yeah, it's just absolutely nailing it. What are the you're doing a Thursday morning Q&A session, and there's still lots of people turning up to that because I've always thought the best opportunity is just I've got a problem, I've got a question, I want to be able to ask someone who knows or has done this before. And is that still how it's working?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. We did have, as you know, we had the fourth Monday of the month was Q&A, and I'm always been of the frame of mind when I have a question. If I have a question on the first of the month, I don't want to wait till the fourth Monday to get my question answered. And it just seemed like a good idea to do an office hours Q&A. And we've had some great questions. Everything from like how to do an M6 mailer to what's going on with my Google ads to how do I get this GVP verified, how to get reach running, everything. We talk about anything and everything, right? We even talk about who's going to win, the Dodgers or the Yankees, right? We talk about literally anything you want to talk about. If you want to talk about personal issues, that's what it's for. And it's collaborative, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we're doing it. But I think it's a big hit. I'd like to think it's a big hit, but since I'm the one answering the questions, maybe that's my ego getting in the way. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that's it's I've been very lucky that I can message you and just go, hey, what do I do about this? And you've dealt with some really techie problems for me, or given me the right headspace to be able to go, okay, that's what I need to go and sort out, rather than me going off in the wrong direction. But having that forum where people can come in and ask someone like yourself, hey, how do I do this? And often I find that there are questions where everyone else has gone, I've been meaning to get to that.
Yep.
It's on my list of things to do. And if someone else is tackling it right now, I'm going to get the learning out of it straight away, and all in 10, 15 minutes. I mean, that is brilliant, So, yeah, I think
we're now uploading the recordings into the 100K Club school group too. So
that's a good idea. Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah,
I mean it makes sense. So
and it's similar to what we've been doing in Agency Evolution for some time now. Yeah, we do training calls on a Thursday, and you might only get 3 or 4 people actually able to make it along at 3 o'clock Eastern on a Thursday. Sorry, but then 20, 30, 40 people might watch the recording from it because it's exactly the topic that they need to hone in on. So they're always made with the intention of them being a resource available later. So yeah, I think it's a great thing. And I know I dropped in last week on Laura's call just to say hi. Laura's been a really significant part of my management setup and the way I built my team and a lot of things and just personally getting me more focused on activities and getting tasks done. So I just dropped in to make sure, just to connect and say hello and kind of leave it to it. And no one else was able to make it. It was one of those Thursdays where just everyone had stuff on. And so I got the benefit of a one-on-one coaching call with Laura for an hour and 15 minutes where we went through some problems I've got in my team with developing people, non-performance and everything else. right through to some customer relationship stuff as well. And it was a really good snapshot of everything we're going through. And I talk a lot about the systems that we've built and that we're still building and how those things are going. And it was a great opportunity for me to really sort of get it all out in one piece of paper, if you like, so that I've got my roadmap in front of me rather than jumping around in my head. So that's the benefit of additional training and resource like that. Is you can have a lot of very close stuff, and that's what Agency Evolution provides. 100K Club provides a group of people who are at that level solving problems. And when you get into that and you add accountability to it, you get stuff done. It's like this is a business of getting stuff done. If you're just going to sit there and just look at everything and go, oh, that'll be handy one day, that's fine. But actually getting into it and using it is the way you build an agency business that is not only an agency business, but it's a successful business as well. So, yeah,
We had a question.
Yeah.
Roger, the 100K Q&As are on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. The trainings are Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern. That's the weekly coaching call. The Q&As are Thursday. So I want to get that out there. So, sorry if I cut you off, Richie.
No, that's all right. I was starting to rant and waffle anyway. So, yeah.
I always get a kick out of doing shows with you or Q&A or calls with you because of all the Kiwi slang.
Yeah, well, there's lots of it. Although someone was telling me the other day, they said you're starting to sound more and more American and stuff. And I said to my wife, man, I said, do you think I'm starting to sound American? And that she goes, no, you're talking slower. And in New Zealand, we talk very quickly, and that's how we talk and communicate. And you sound more Kiwi when you do that. And now I kind of just slowing down a bit and just, I'm actually thinking more about what I'm saying, which is a novelty for me. And so I think by just slowing down and stuff, I do sound a little bit more American.
You're definitely not acting like an American if you think about what you say before you say it. We don't do that.
Well, I know there are plenty.
Not the ones I hang out with.
I've seen a couple on TV that don't. Yeah, I don't want to get into that. Yeah, Look, so reoccurring revenue and building reoccurring revenue streams. What's your favorite one? Have you got a particular one that you default to, or have you got a bunch of things you just like, hey, we put them all together and get them out the door?
Well, we do a bunch of stuff, obviously. We do everything. My personal favorite for recurring, I think, is Nick's, which is PPC. I love PPC. I can manipulate stuff. My people can manipulate stuff, pay money, and they get leads and they get clients. Right? Like pretty rapidly. So that's my personal favorite. We do a lot of SEO on monthly. We do a lot of social on monthly. We even have a monthly recurring foot in the door social program. It's very low cost, right? Because we were talking before the call about foot in the doors, right? So my biggest one's PPC. Second would probably be GBP, optimization and management, because it's an easily fulfilled service, right? I mean, GBP management fulfillment is fairly easy. I mean, in the grand scheme of all the things we do. So I like it because it's easy. It's got a good profit margin. People understand it. So when we go to sell, one of the things we run into with most of the services is people don't understand them. Like the SEO, some magic black box, you put keys in and we get stuff, right? Whereas GBP, most business owners know what GBP is. You don't have to explain what it is, right? So now we're talking about the benefits and how we can give them the benefits of the benefits, right? So that's why I like that one. But those are probably my two favorite, PPC and GBP monthly management are probably my two favorite recurring. So what about you?
And I've been, so GBP has been something that we really got into beginning of last year. And it was about optimization and it's an ongoing element that comes with it as well. It's evolved from something that, we were originally doing GBP ops for $600 and it was a 90-day service, and then moved that to $900 and we got no detraction from that, so we carried on. It's now $1,400, but we will also we'll set up a new profile for you and dial it in for $1,700. So
Nice.
so we factored that in as well, and we've gone higher with our price point because our process is more streamlined. And it's become more difficult. There's a little bit more technical stuff in there that if you don't do things the right way, you can cause a lot of damage, and that doesn't work well. But the reoccurring side of GBP is now included in our SaaS service. So we do software as a service from high level, and we have 3 tiers of that. And the bottom tier is $500, the middle tier is $700, and that includes GBP management. And the top tier is $1,500 a month. And that's everything. We will do custom lead gen funnels for you. We will rebuild your website for you. We will, there's a whole raft of things that we do that is custom, tailored to that business and their need as well. So, but the basic end of it, that $500 a month, is a chatbot, social media posting, and auto replies to reviews and the likes as well. So it's got some nice automation to go with it, but it's $500 a month. It's $6,000 a year for a client that you really only do 3 or 4 hours a month on them as a service, and the biggest part comes in the setup of it as well. So it's Michael.
You charge them onboarding.
Beg your pardon?
You charge it and.
We charge a month up front for onboarding. So that is, but then with the biggest solution, the $1,500 a month, that is kind of a customized onboarding. So it's at least $1,500 a month, but we've had ones that are $3,500 because we've got so much more to do in building out a tailor-made snapshot and solution for their business. So it's and those are the ones that we actually look to then take that snapshot and deploy it to the same market somewhere else. So we don't just build it one time. We then go and, okay, we'll just go and resell this elsewhere. But obviously not in the same town to another business that competes with them. So, yeah. So those are the main ones. AI chatbots have been very good for us this year in that, we sell them for $300 up front and then charge $97 a month reoccurring for them. So, and they are very much the first 2 months, 60 days is the work in an AI chatbot. And then after that, it just becomes a once a month. They've got some other inquiry question we've been monitoring, and we up them and do that. So we've got some now that are quite old and they just do their job for them. The beauty of AI is that it actually keeps on learning and it dials its own language into it. Give it the right intent.
It's a big update to AI this week too.
Keep making money for you. So, Richie, what do you charge for consulting? Lots. Technically, I do consulting in the Agency Evolution program. That's where you can you get that kind of consulting environment. But it is that's where we have these options for training and stuff. 100K Club, Agency Evolution, where you can you get the access to, this is exactly how I set this up and do it. It's it's the access to that information, the doing of it. It comes down to what actions are you going to take, and I think that's the biggest difference between just buying the knowledge and actually having that knowledge be deployed and working for you. So one of the biggest changes I made, and it has helped us to increase, our reoccurring revenue stream, is by hiring people that can do more without me having to be involved. And I now say we've got an automated onboarding process for an AI chatbot customer. They do a specific discovery of information that creates a work order that goes to the person who builds the chatbot, and then they get the reminded actions saying this needs to be updated 4 weeks later and this needs to be updated. And then we even send the customer, hey, are there any specific questions that have come in the last 4 weeks that you would like the chatbot to be handling? And so that we just automate the whole thing so that we don't spend loads and loads of time just doing lots of emails and backwards and forwards, or me sitting in an office with someone writing down questions. We look to automate as much as we can. But my job is to keep the relationship, and the more time I spend with interacting with that customer and stuff, they start with an AI chatbot, which I've got a meeting on Monday with a guy who we went to put his AI chatbot in, and he was on a WordPress template. So he was on a free WordPress template website, which of course doesn't accept plugins and stuff. So they said, well, you've got to upgrade to do this, and then what he thought was happening as far as his SEO and other things went and everything else, and that he's just getting no value out of this thing at all. So now I've got a meeting on Monday to sort out a whole new website for him and that. So what was a chatbot, and that was actually a contra deal as well. It was, you know, a couple $100 cash. We'll sort it out, and then he does IV drips and vitamin injections and stuff. So
Nice.
so mate, we'll just do a contra, you know, for the monthly, and yeah, he's like, that's a great deal for him. It's a good deal for me, and so, but now it's turned out to be it'll actually be a cash customer that pays for a website and some other things ongoing as well.
I want to throw something out. I don't mean to scare anybody, but if you are a WordPress user, you need to go check the news, what Matt Mullenweg is doing with WordPress. Just go do a little research and make up your own mind who's right and who's wrong. But you need to be aware there is a brewing situation around WordPress. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah. What's it
I
like?
haven't had time to make a post about it yet. I'm going to make a post in the 100K Club school group about it as soon as I find time. So, not good.
Is it going to have a serious negative effect?
It could potentially.
Yeah.
So, but you got to go read. Exactly, Brett. That sums it up. I don't want to say that, but that sums it up in a nutshell. He's lost his damn mind. But just, you guys go take a peek. Just go look at the news, especially if you're doing anything revolving around WordPress. So just wanted to throw that out there.
Interesting.
EG, just go read the news, hon. Trust me.
It's the mainstay of what we do. So yeah, there's lots of other forums, but it won't have me running to Wix in a hurry. That's for sure.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. So
nothing
anyway.
against Wix. If Wix is your thing, that's fine. You know, but yeah.
Jeff's making fun of me. Jeff. Call me Max Headroom. That's funny. Actually, my dog licked my face and I have a sty, so I'm trying to, like, my eyes are super sensitive, so I tried to put on my sunglasses.
I've got 2 dogs here at the moment, and then we're after the live show. I'm heading away to a concert in the cabins down in southern Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
And so there's a group of us going, and we're taking 5 dogs with us as well. So that'll be a lot of fun. The dogs aren't coming to the concert, but they are staying at the Airbnb, and we've got our house sitter who comes and stays for us is away at a wedding this weekend. So we're looking after her dog as well. So, and the 2 of them have been nothing but trouble from the moment we got back from Vegas. They just run around like idiots, and they're noisy as hell. And 2 dogs on the bed is not enjoyable either. That is like, there is not a lot of room left. Yeah.
Especially when you've got to go there. 3 dogs and 4 cats all hanging out. Doesn't leave much space for other people.
Good times. Good times. Hey.
Anyway.
So back to a bit of reoccurring. Chatbots, SaaS. I know Chris Burns had some great success with SaaS as well. It is, once you get in tune with how to sell it, then it's the sweetest thing of all, because it's the operating system for a business, and they don't go anywhere. It's a 98% plus stickability. Is like, man, you got they're forever. And if you're getting a $1,500 a month, I mean, it's $18,000 a year, and that's someone who's going to be around for a long period of time. It's really good revenue.
I have a question that people might be wanting to know the answer to, Richie. When you sell the SaaS solution, do you tell them it's set? Do you tell them it's go high level?
Yep. Yeah, I've just never seen the point in not saying that. I mean, there's going to be something, you know, I could brand it all myself and all of that, and it does that automatically for you. But yeah, I say, look, this is the most successful product of its type in the world, and it is constantly evolving. It gets better and better and better every single week. They add more stuff to it, so you're just buying it now where it more than fits your business requirements. In 3 or 4 years' time, when the market's moved and there's this technology is more relevant, that it will be there as well. And so that's the way I sell it. Is like I don't hide the fact that it's high level. I just promote it, you know.
Yeah, I'm saying Chris said he never has it come up. We very rarely do we have it come up. And if it does come up, they say, well, I can just go buy head level for this. I say, you're right, you can. Then you got to build it. Do you know how to build it? Do you have a system already built out that does what you want to do? Because you got to start from scratch. You got to learn it. Then you got to build it. Then you got to test it. Right? So if it does come up, that's how we address it. But I was just curious if it ever came up. Because we both know people that go to great lengths to make sure you don't know high levels, what it's built on. And then you look at it and it's like, well, that's high level, right? Those of us that use it a lot know. So I just never felt the need to do any of that craziness of trying to hide that it's go high level, but it rarely comes up. I thought people might want to know. So.
Yeah. Is my mate Devendra. Just got on. Welcome, buddy. How you all doing? Any shark courses on selling and setting up go high level chatbots?
Not yet, Devendra, but give me till the end of the weekend. I'll have one for $497 you can buy.
I was going to say, well, I was
joking.
Talking to Tom last weekend and stuff like that. So I've got to get my A into G. And with a couple of these major projects sort of crossed off and stuff, and that I'm really keen to do a black belt training like Randy and Jocelyn did, in that it's just showing how to go through and do this number one project. And chatbots could be a great place to start. Okay, there's this here and there's that there, and we might have a couple of resources that go with it as well. So watch this space, because that is certainly an area where I think the low hanging fruit ones, the easy ones, are often the best way to kick things off and then move into something else. And if you went straight to SaaS platform on high level today, it would be several months before you really got your head around it and understood the process of getting it in there. So go and start with something that's straightforward and easy, and you can manage it. As I say, I built a custom onboarding funnel and discovery, a survey, and everything else in that for customer facing, so this is the information we need from you, and these things here. So I've got the resources there to do it. I think I'll talk more with Tom and Cameron and the team about maybe putting that together and see if we can't get it done this side of Christmas.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'm working on a bunch of AI stuff for 100K Club that may turn into something bigger. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. And but I know the other reoccurring revenue thing, we've been working. I sort of spent a lot of time last year on building an SEO solution and having sort of 3 package options and everything else of that. And good mate Norm pointed out that look, it's a little bit more clearly defined than that. You just put everything into a box. It can be a tougher sell and a tougher delivery as well. But I think with what we've seen, and I like the upgraded version of Exagio, that's doing the right things for me in one area, and I've found a very good process for the other area off page. So we've been trying to dial the 2 of those into being very accessible to local franchises, and the price point being more accessible, because we're going to sell it to a lot more places without going after the high ticket SEO. And that's also, when you get into sort of lower ticket SEO, so, $500,000 a month, you've got a lot more stickability for longer term. So it effectively becomes a reoccurring revenue stream rather than I've got 6 months of this customer and then we have a gap and everything else. It's like we put it in and we just keep going forever and all time, and that's quite appealing because it's getting into the higher value side of things. Yeah, someone's spending $1,000 a month with you for 3 or 4 years. That's a good client, and there's bound to be some other things that you work on as well. So, yeah, that's another part of our services that we're factoring into it. But gosh, we've got lots of one-off products we use to then get into a reoccurring side of things. So the chatbot is a straight out reoccurring that has that element built in. But things like brand avatar, that is doing a brand board and the brand rules and a little bit of strategy for a business, and that's a $400 or $500 sale. Can be a lot more for much more complicated things, and they are the one-off thing that then brings it in. And then it's like, well, you've got all these brand guidelines. Now your brand needs to be executed on an ongoing basis with things like your Google profile, your Facebook page, all of those things. And that's where the reoccurring side of things comes in. Is someone that might be needing to get this then discovers that they actually need the fulfillment of that as well. So use the tools that create the opportunity to sell a reoccurring revenue source.
Agreed. Definitely.
So
that's why we call it foot in the door. It's a low end offer that gets you in their ecosystem, right? And then you fulfill on that offer. It's easier to ascend customers because now they know you and like you and trust you. So.
Yeah, exactly. Michael Marquez just asked another question about Exagio. Sounds like you're a fan. Yes, I'm a fan. Just need clarification. We don't want to go all in with it, and just need a push from someone whose opinion I respect. Well, if you respect my opinion, great. But you respect Dawn's even more.
Careful.
Yeah. But look, I think there's a lot of positive feedback about it. I used Exagio for a couple of years. And then I took a break away from it, and when I moved over here, and I wasn't using it the way I should have been using it, and so now I've come back to it, and it's more about really using it the way it's supposed to be used. Plus, it's got some good enhancements. I think it fits with what I'm doing. So that's the key. But if you're going on, look, I think the subscription wise. It's I think $30-$40 a month. Don't quote me, please. But on a sort of a base level of it to get some familiarity and get underway. And then I think the Agency Pro is about $70-$80 a month, and that kind of gives you almost unlimited 999 sites. If you've got over 1,000 websites, you've probably built your own Exagio. So that's the one there. Chris, I'll circle back to it, buddy. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. I'll show you. Yeah, it's but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. It'll just cause a bit of confusion and get us off topic. Yeah.
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah.
Got a learning curve, but once you figure it out, it's pretty damn good software.
John really obviously knows you quite well. Respects your opinion on everything except for soccer. So is that
I got something for John.
Are you like a Tottenham Hotspurs fan or something?
Oh God, no, I'm Liverpool. Tottenham. Come on, man. Tottenham? No disrespect. No, not Tottenham.
There's a pub that I go to and have a few beers. Not like me, happens only very infrequently. And in the men's bathroom, the urinals have stickers in the urinals of the teams that nobody likes, and I thought it was very clever, to put the opposition team, if you like, in the urinal. But bit of fun and games. So it'd work well in New Zealand, lad, if you had the Bledisloe Cup, the rugby, and you had the Wallabies on a urinal. That would really entertain a big crowd, especially in a pub. So yeah. All right, I don't know where Dawn's gone, but I'll carry on ranting and raving. There he is. Oh, he's Liverpool.
There you go, John.
Yes, you will
Just
never
for
walk
you,
alone,
buddy. Best team in the Premier League. Liverpool. Sorry, I can't resist. He likes Man U. I can't like Man U.
Yeah. Oh,
Can't do it.
Yeah. How are you pricing your chatbot? What do you include? We're meeting today, and we'll be offering it. Smaller roof and launching website this week. Yeah, I mean, I originally was pricing them like $150, and then it went, it's too cheap, man. You know, people pay $300 to get a chatbot set up. So we charge $300 to set it up, and then we charge $97 a month for it ongoing. I've been looking at it, going, you know, is there a price point? Is there a price ceiling for it? And I think as more and more of them get sold and used and deployed, then I think there's an option there for. I was thinking $49, and then I thought, more like $67 might be something that a business looks at, especially a small business, and goes, yeah, that's too valuable for us not to have at that price point. But $97, then they're going, it's $1,500 for a year. Do I want to spend that on an addition to my website? You know, the website I spent $12,000 on in 2014, and it's just sat there ever since. And I just think there's a little bit of a barrier there. So I don't know. It's up to you. If you understand your local market, the business you're dealing with. But I would. It's much easier to go in with a firmer, higher price point than it is to come in with a cheap one and then have a price rise. So remember, it's easier to come down than it is to go up. That's my advice around that. But it's what fits with you and your pricing and how you get things done. You know, it's up to you. The setup of one is pretty straightforward. I mean, it's about configuring intent and then loading information. And we find that a chatbot works best with a good sort of 50, 60 questions or pieces of information that it's got to be on point to. And that information comes from getting an overview of the business to start with and thinking in terms of like logical customer service. So that's the first rule that you follow. Everything else comes from their website, their public-facing information, Google Business Profile, website. Look at the questions and answers on a GBP. And that's what customers are asking them. So that's what the chatbot should be able to answer. There are, 3 or 4 places where you get all that information from, and then just get it loaded up in there and get the thing to start working and dialing itself in. And as I say, that's AI. It becomes more and more aware and knows by the more interactions it has where to send people for that information. So yeah, they're pretty good. I also have been thinking about it. And I was just thinking about it yesterday and again this morning, is calling it an AI chatbot the right way to reach a bigger market? Or should it just call it a chatbot? Because does AI have a negative connotation to the average Joe?
I think so. I think it does. I think people are being bombarded with AI. Right? Oh, we've got a cold, completely AI agency. Then what do we need you for? I got ChatGPT, right? I think it's being overplayed. I honestly do. So I wouldn't call it an AI chatbot. I would call it a chatbot.
Yeah, and that's something I've been thinking about this week, and I think we might just tune that and just see what a difference it makes, because we do get a lot of people who are very AI resistant. I think it's a lot easier now this year than it was this time last year. People were very skeptical of AI and those things. But I ran a test ad last month, and it was for AI chatbots, and it was completely made by AI as well. So it was an AI produced video, AI voiceover, all of those things and stuff. And I ran this test ad to company owners, company directors, CEOs, and the largest group of connections that we made were 120 women aged 55 plus. So women who are significant in business and own their own business and the likes. And we only got like a click through of 0.01. It was just ridiculously low because they weren't taking action, because we weren't talking to our market. And so having understood that, one of the jobs on the board is to redo the ad as me just talking about chatbots instead. And so it's more personable. It's a person to person, and my accent will hopefully help me as well. And then just sort of just say, here's what it does. This is how it works, and here's how you get one. Simple as that. Make it nice and clean and clear. So yeah, I think the wording around it, maybe not using AI where it doesn't have to be used. The fact that it's AI powered, anyway. I mean, people can figure that out anyway. And those that jump up and down going, oh, artificial intelligence is bad, and everything else like that, I now just ask them one simple question. Have you ever used spell check? And everyone, of course, since the early 90s has been using some form of spell check, and it's been a great advent to, writing a good email, and even on your phone, it's got it automatically and some of that. What do you think spell check is? It's
not AI. It's AI now. It didn't used to be.
Yeah. But it's a very, very...
And I wish autocorrect would get off of my butt, to be quite honest. I know what I'm trying to type. So, just saying.
Yeah.
And you said, Richie, it's an ad for an AI chatbot, written by an AI chatbot. I'm waiting on AI to pay the ad spend part of it. Then I'll just hand it over to AI. When it can do all of it, I'll just hand it to AI and let AI run everything, right? But I don't think AI is too keen on, hey, let me pay your ad spend, Dorn. Right?
Well, I mean, be generous. Yeah. Hey, we should do some shark shout outs, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We only have a few, but they're good ones.
Even better. EG Buzz, who was here with us, recurring client video marketing payment in $500. Wow, that's fantastic, EG, and that's again, reoccurring. So that's I think it sounds like it's multiple videos and $500 a month for doing that. It was the mainstay of my my agency business back in New Zealand before I moved out to the States was video content, and we had a wide and varied big bunch of clients that we were doing it for, and if you can get your systems and processes right, it's a really, really good. It's also good fun as well. I mean, we used to go on site and shoot content and then go and edit it and post it for them and the likes. There are much easier tools and other ways to do it today, but anything video related is a real key driver of online presence. So, get into it and use it. It's a great tool, and you can craft a good service out of it. There's real good stickability in it as well. So congratulations, EG.
Yes.
We just got the one. Oh, I haven't. No, sorry. Sandy Alexander sold local SEO and social media management to a restaurant in St. Louis. Sorry, I come from New Zealand. 2 GBP locations and 2 Facebook pages. 1,100 a month. Wow, that's huge. That is fantastic.
You need to head over there occasionally and get some free food, Sandy.
Yeah, exactly. That's nice because you become a real significant part of their business, and they in a restaurant and bar environment and stuff and that they always wind up shouting you at some stage, which is great. So, yeah, congratulations. That is a fantastic win.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Who's this guy? Hey, a GBP management client from another agency owner, even better, and 2 potential wins in the.
Before we get too far into that, I didn't swipe the client. She can't handle it right now because she's having some health issues. So she sent him to me. I didn't snipe her client. Because now that I've read that, I'm like, that looks like Dreadfire Dorn. I sailed in and stole her client. I did not steal her client. So
yeah, well,
just to make that clear.
Brilliant. Well done,
Megalodonna, baby.
Hey, Donna.
She getting home runs.
I think we're almost just going to have our own section for Donna every week. This is just climbing, and it is just such a treasure to watch it and see the execution of everything that Donna does. Closed 2 new clients in her website in a weekend. Oh, cool program, awesome. 1997. Wow, a month, or is it 1997 the sale price? I'm not sure.
Looks like a month.
It says a month there, so that's fantastic. Which includes pre-built website, AI chatbot, reputation management, social media services, and full CRM access. That sounds very much like a go high level package to me, and that's great deployment of it, and just awesome. What a fantastic job.
So $2,000 a month from each client. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is just amazing. So the cash for the week, $4,000. and the grand total 938,483. So
Yeah, I had $36 to that for my ebooks.
yeah, oh, good point. You've got some stuff coming next week, Dawn. I've got some stuff coming next week as well. Look, let's have everyone else have some stuff coming next week too. Let's see what we can nut out by the end of the month, Thursday the 31st, and next Friday's live show. Let's see if we can't put together a really big number, and even gosh, we get us real close to that million, because then we can focus on driving past the million on our run into Christmas, and that would be absolutely fantastic and set us up for a great start to 2025. Which, by the way, Dawn, and that's something I was very fortunate to talk to Laura about. Instead of leaving my planning process for next year to December, which I have often done, I'm into it in November, and I've got a more detailed timeline of what my planning is going to look like between November and Christmas. So I want to have it wrapped up by about the middle of December, so that then I'm clear-headed and I'm ready to go in the first week of January. And I think it's one thing that I've found essential every year is making sure I'm planning the next year before it arrives here, and I go, oh, what am I going to do now? And I'm running around in circles, and then I'm worried about things that were from last year, and I'm trying to carry them forward and stuff. And that this is the time to close off this year and make it a good successful year, of course, but to have a mind on these are the goals I've got for 2025, and I've got some pretty lofty goals for 2025, and being connected to guys like Brett. Are going to, a big part of that, because we'll have shared goals together that we want to do, and everything else. So my planning process involves other people too, and their considerations too. So I put a mind to it now, because if you just let the rest of this year carry on and don't maybe take an hour next week, start thinking about it, and 2 hours the following week, and get it done. I know in 100K Club, Dawn, you've got that brilliant 180-day planning. 120-day planners, are they?
We're going to do, in the month of December, we are going to do a year in review, where we go through exactly what you're talking about. We look at what went good, what went bad, what are we adding, what are we subtracting, what are we letting ride, all that stuff. We're doing that in December. I think it might actually be the end of November. So,
yeah,
it's exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's essential, and it will. Even if you're still building an agency, and say you've not got your reach machine fully set up yet, okay, what are the steps and actions you're going to take in January to complete that part of it? And then what are you going to have in February, and what are you going to have in March? And if you go, I'm going to have the whole thing out the door and reach 2,000 people by the end of January, unrealistic. And you've got to go, I've got to sort this out first. I've got to get that done next. I've got to get that done next. And by planning it out, you will wind up at the end of the first quarter going, okay, I've got an operational prospecting system that is producing contacted customers for me, right? Then you can spend the next quarter on dialing in what's my sales process? What am I selling? Have I got the right products and services that the market wants and needs? And converting those. And by the time you get to the third quarter, you're gonna be like, okay, I've got 10 customers now. The goal for the third quarter is to grow that to 20, and to have them managed and everything else. And this is my reoccurring revenue expectation and goal. And then in the fourth quarter is a case like really dialing it in. Can we be more operationally efficient? Can we bring in another key team member to take care of this area here? Can we? You start focusing on growth stuff. So there's no point in planning the growth stuff in the first quarter. You have to have the building blocks already laid, and that's what a good planning process now does for you as well. So, but then there's nothing wrong with putting a goal in pre-Christmas as well. I mean, I've got a revenue goal that I put down for the 1st of October, and we are getting there. I'm going to have to do some pretty hard work in November to make sure that converts, because as much as I'd like to close a good sale, start talking on Monday and have it closed and the invoice paid by Friday, that doesn't always happen. Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 weeks to get that to come in. So I know I've got a lot to do in November, and that'll see us come home for a pretty strong finish to the year.
Hey, I want to address the link at the bottom of the screen. How many of you were on the training Wednesday with Tom? Give me a 1 if you were on the training Wednesday about drop services. So basically, we showed you how to use a system to sell clients digital services without talking to them, right? And that's what that revolves around, right? It's basically a system that was built and developed and people have been using with fairly good success. But that's what the link is. That's the replay. Go check it out. If you have questions, ask in the group or send them to support and we'll get you sorted out. I was there. I already do this. Right, Richie? You got a website. They can buy on the website, right? They click a button and pay money and fill out a form, right? It can happen.
Yeah, I set it up in 2 ways. Is one, we have like discovery information about reoccurring revenue services and stuff, and we offer pricing information in another funnel, so that they want pricing information around certain things, and that they can pick up what they are and message us, and so that we've got a rough idea of what they're thinking, and they know what we're thinking in that, and rather than just giving straight out prices on our website. But when it comes to an AI chatbot, a brand avatar, and those citations, web listings, we simply have a funnel, and it is like, here it is, you just buy it right there and then. So we do those one-off kind of products. We just sell them right there. I think the only one of those that has reoccurring is chatbots, where it's $297 and it's $97 a month, and it charges the first month and the $297 in that payment right there, and then it's reoccurring $97 a month. So
we have a monthly
that's the way we set them up.
That's the same way.
And, so that you can just come buy the product. Yeah. But if you're buying a service, it's more we want, and we don't want to be faceless either. We want to get to know you and make sure that the service is going to fit what you're expecting it to do, and those things as well. And that's our whole website is geared to, like, creating that contact and then moving the people towards exactly what it is they need. But our prospecting works in the same way. We are going to people going, here's some information about your online presence. These are the things that need improving. These are the things that you've done really well. We just give that to them as a brief right out of the gate, because that opens the conversation. If you're interested, you start talking. If you're not interested yet, we just sort of put you into nurture. So, yeah, it works great. Hey, we're getting to the top of the hour, and we haven't
done
some
money.
Favorite thing of all, and then I can't find it. And
Hashtag MRR.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling, chatter. You ain't talking money, then you're talking no matter.
Right, so we will let people get the MRR in there. And
I can't enter.
Neither can I. Oh, well.
What's that all about?
Yeah. Hey, maybe they put us on a block list. I always kind of feel
surprised I'm not on a block list, to be quite honest. Like the entire group. Shoshana is very forgiving of me.
Every time, I'm not on the live show, and I go in there and I put my hashtag in and stuff, and I kind of go, I hope it doesn't pick me.
I'm always pick somebody out of the audience. If I should win, I'm passing it to somebody.
Yeah, I kind of just sort of feel like, I kind of feel guilty for entering, but I just like to get the numbers up and everything else of that age. So,
I just like to see my name.
Yeah. Well, if we have we got everyone in here? I'm
curious. While we're doing this, you members of the 100K Club, would you guys like to have a 120-day planning session at some point? John Hardiman, he can't win.
Cha-ching.
His hashtag is $ tie-dye dorm.
Yeah.
He's going to fly over here and beat me up. Way to go, John. Charles Thompson.
Awesome.
Nice. Congrats.
Well,
You guys
always
need
good
to put your cash tag in the comments or your PayPal address, or send them to Offline Sharks. Message them to Offline Sharks so that you can get your Cash App winnings.
Yep, absolutely. And we went to that. So, what have you got on for the weekend, Dawn?
Well, I'm watching my undefeated IU Hoosiers play with a backup quarterback. They're playing Michigan State. We should still win. I'm watching my Pacers play. I'm watching the World Series, rooting for the Yankees, betting on the Dodgers. Go figure.
I am,
football, hanging
I'm
out.
kind of keen on the Yankees, and I don't want to offend anyone. I'm not from here. I can claim that straight away. But I thought about it and thought, well, the Yankees as a brand is just global and probably the most successful sports brand in the world. It's in the realms of Manchester United, of course, and the Crusaders, the All Blacks. There are certain sports teams that Real Madrid be another one. There are big names in sports and stuff and that, but not all of them have the ability to go global. And certainly, I think the Yankees were kind of the first of that. The LA Dodgers, of course, the Dodgers are originally from New York as well. So, that's
Brooklyn.
the interesting part of sport here. But I think, if you move away from home, then Michael, Dallas Cowboys is another one.
No, the Cowgirls, that's yesterday, man. They ain't been good for decades.
Jerry still calls it America's team. Yeah, it's
not mine. I live here. They ain't my team.
The funniest thing I've seen a couple of weeks ago, the Dallas Cowboys got absolutely hammered by a sort of lower ranked team, and it was Jerry's birthday. And they had a picture of him in the box, mate, and he looked absolutely wild. He was not having a good birthday. So
the biggest problem with the Cowgirls is Jerry Jones, bar none.
Yeah,
I'm not even going there. I do like Dak. I'm just kidding.
He's got a nice helicopter, though. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
A nice house too.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's wonderful. Look, I'm gonna pack the car with the dogs and everything else and that, and head to this concert down in the cabins, which I've been looking forward to all month. It is one of my birthday treats, along with the trip to Vegas last weekend, which was great. As it turned out, I've been pretty good at gambling, playing the slot machines and all that kind of stuff for quite a few years. And I didn't win anything, and my wife absolutely cleaned up. So Mandy had a great time. She even got another $500 at the airport on the way to the plane.
My wife does the same thing.
I just scratched my head in disbelief, and so it's. Thank you very much, Charles. Another year older, another trip around the sun, as I say, and the joy was for me was. I got to spend it with Tom Gaddis, who has been a great mate and a mentor for a long time, and to spend my birthday with Tom was just awesome. So, yeah,
cool. Time.
Everyone have a safe weekend. Practice aloha and be kind to each other.
You've been watching the Aloha Marketing Jam session. We've helped thousands just like you start and scale their businesses. If you'd like our help to grow your business, go to the link on your screen now and let us know how we can help you. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this stream. We'll be back here next Friday for another live show. Until then, aloha.